Well, Wellington's mission is to help students reach their full potential, and with passion projects, students have control over their learning, and they are able to pick and identify what they truly love and what they're curious about.
When they're pursuing their interest, it's wonderful to see that seed of curiosity, which then develops into formulating questions, seeking understanding.
If a student is pursuing something that they're passionate in, they're going to be driven to learn those skills regardless of what the content is, and then letting the content be inspired by the student.
So today we did Ari's passion for dinosaurs. It was really exciting. He got up and shared all of his knowledge for dinosaurs, and the students are just so excited to cheer him on. We did dinosaur edition. So just incorporating that student's passion is also increasing that engagement throughout the whole class, because they know this is Ari's passion, we're doing dinosaur edition, and it just increases that excitement towards learning. And by learning about what each other loves, they are also growing their compassion, and therefore it builds relationships too. Another passion project we done was robots. This was really great because we connected to the upper school, the robotics team. We went into the makerspace, and the students got to work with robots and ask those older kids questions so they saw into their future of Wellington. It was also a confidence builder for the robotics team too, because these little students were there so excited about robots and the robot that they were creating. So just that connection too that was built between the upper school and our kindergarten class was really special. And with all of the opportunities that Wellington provides and all the clubs and extracurriculars, there's so many opportunities for them to really explore what they love and what they want to do at Wellington.
3, 2, 1. I picked up my binder and it fell. At least nobody got hurt. I mean, it could have been really bad.
You hurt my feelings.
I know that, yeah. I felt bad.
Middle school is a time of self-discovery and exploration, and so students show up to school with so many interests and so many curiosities that we want to provide opportunities for them beyond the core coursework. One of the things that I absolutely love about our dive program is the joy that students have when they take their dives. The goal of that program is to allow students to develop their real-world skills, as well as also to provide opportunities for students to follow their passion.
So Alice and me, we came up with the idea,
Along with Mr. B.
yeah, along with Mr. B, to create like a morning show so that it would catch people's attention and it wouldn't be boring and people would actually know what any of the announcements were.
So we decided to turn our morning meeting into a television talk show with a morning show theme.
At first, it was just me doing weather and Alice doing
Like traffic and interviews.
Yeah. And then morning show had really grown.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it
were
went
like
from me and Alice and Mr. B to we have like 10 more people
fashion
now.
and what's poppin' and like sports.
All of the segments were written and produced by students, and so you can look at something like the morning show, and you can see how students were able to follow their unique passions. They're developing collaboration, problem solving, as well as real-world skills.
It's like people letting us do the things that we feel comfortable with and then letting us grow to do the things that they wanted us to.
There's really an infinite amount of growth that happens with a child in a course like that and in a program like this. You can see that they have taken their skills from early childhood here in our lower school and are able to expand those further in middle school.
We've actually done different multiple videos and we've combined it all to make an actual morning show.
Yeah.
So I feel like other than making the show better, we've kind of gone up in the technology part as well.
You can really see the spark of curiosity when that moment happens, when students are fully engaged. They're dynamic, their energy rises, they're happy, they love what they're doing, and they're also really challenged intellectually.
I feel like our teachers really give us the room to grow, and if we're not ready for something, they will recognize that and help us become ready for that thing.
And so it's really joyful as the educator to see that whole process unfold and to see their enthusiasm and their level of engagement. And we also want to make sure that we are directing their skills in such a way that they're poised and ready to take on upper school and the world.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, because it always is.
And what is this sitting right next to you, for example?
I have no clue. Within the upper school, we teach 150 different classes every year. But even at 150 classes, there are going to be things that students want to explore that aren't within the curriculum, and that's where Wunderlab steps in. Wunderlab is a research and creative works incubator for student projects. We created it for a community of problem solvers. We had a faculty member who's been studying sustainability for years, and as he exercises at home, he's often wondered if he could turn his bike trainer into something that could charge batteries that could do work later. Well, it turns out that's really similar to some of the work that one of our middle school students was doing last year. And now that he's in the upper school, he's picked up one of these tickets through Wunderlab Works to help that faculty member out.
I started working on my first e-bike in 6th grade, and I was basically immediately hooked. I said, oh, this is so cool. So I started to do some research, figure out what parts I needed and how I was going to assemble it. So I assembled the battery. The batteries are made of 18650 lithium-ion batteries, but they're great for their energy to weight density. My first bike was more for practicality. It wasn't much for aesthetics. My second e-bike, which I'm currently building now, is more of that aesthetic and long-term.
He's currently using the makerspace and the STEM space to build a battery converter that will actually charge and store energy based on this faculty member's exercising habits. I think so much of education is making it relevant. If you can let them put their hands on the work, I think it makes it more meaningful, and I think learning is much more enduring.
I personally am more of a hands-on learner, prefer physical things. It's just easier to comprehend for me. Teachers know their students really well, and if a student learns better a certain way, they will find a way to incorporate that into their subject and material, which really helps us get us involved into their subject and helps us learn more. So I think that project and problem really allows me to do what I really enjoy.
At Wellington, one of our overarching goals is to help students reach their unique potential. And we think that we are doing our students an incredible service by giving them those opportunities now. They're much more willing to grind when they know that the end goal is something that they love. Through that process, not only are they learning the content and skills required, but they're battling it with much more tenacity, grit, and perseverance and resilience. All of those things that we know students need to be successful.
I think problems are good because they allow you to stretch your mind in ways that you haven't done before, and the reward at the end is you just feeling, because all the hard work you put in finally pays off, and you see this final project and this beautiful thing that you've created, and it's just very rewardful, and it fills you with a sense of joy and pride.
I love being at Wellington. I get to contribute in so many different ways. I'm very proud of the work that we have done with Wunderlab. It has just given us so many opportunities to reach out to students and allow them to engage in something that they have passion for.
I think to be a Wellington student is a great privilege because you have all these welcoming kids and teachers that encourage you to follow your passions, and I think they really help you go up above and beyond and achieve goals that allows me to do what I really enjoy.